Welcome back to Media Champions Gang. I'm your host, Mary Treese in Atlanta. Today, we have hit the jackpot. We have, because we've got all the answers that you're looking for right here today on Media Champions. On Daily Ad Brief, we like to bring in the folks who can really tell you what it's like behind the storytelling. How do you get there? How do you do it? How are you creative? We've got the guy that can tell you, and he's with us right now. We have got Geoffrey Klein on the program. He is with 9 Dots Media. Welcome to Media Champions. We are so glad that you are here today.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
I love your website, and I love the fact that you cut right to the chase and you tell people that you are not a typical marketer. Walk me through what not a typical marketer is and how you appeal to your potential clients.
I say I'm not a typical marketer because in the marketing field, a lot of people went to school for, in college and studied marketing. I was a sociology and English double major, interested in film and creative writing. And I had kind of a career unrelated to marketing for a while before I came back. Now, my first job out of college was for a marketing genius named Seth Godin. But then I went into the family business, which was law. So I went to law school. And then people joke I was a dropout because I left after my second year and I moved to LA. I really wanted to work in the film industry. I did finish my credits, so I do have a law degree, but I've never used it. And I worked in the film industry for 6 years. My first job was in the story department at a big literary and talent agency. I then worked for the president of production at Paramount Pictures, and then subsequently for the president of production at MGM Studios. And I got to see how movies got made. And so, as a lover of movies and story, it was phenomenal. I then moved to where my now wife's hometown of Manchester, England. So I joke I went from the sunniest places to one of the rainiest places. And I started a career in real estate because that's what my father-in-law did. And I worked for a lot of years in a career I wasn't that excited about. And when I decided I wanted to kind of find something that was more creative, working with creative people, and I kind of went to work for a design agency, I'm like, oh, marketing, this is the perfect arena for me because it really combines my right and left brain. And so I've worked for huge companies, I've worked for small companies, and I've started my own companies. And I think that gives me a perspective that's different than what I would call the typical marketer who may have gone to school for marketing, worked in a marketing agency, and just has kind of carried on. I like to think I've got a slightly different perspective than others.
I was going to say, Geoffrey, you giving all of this background and this wealth of knowledge that you have here, you're in the people business, right? Because you've been on both sides there, and you know what the wants are, what the needs are, and then what the actualities are. So let's get into the meat of the storytelling here, because it's crucial that people know how to tell a story or partner with someone who knows how to tell a story. Why?
It is the most effective way to communicate your message. And I think that every business needs to connect with their audience. So, what is the most effective way to do that? I believe, and the science bears this out, the best way to communicate and connect with someone is by telling a story. Simple as.
When you're
It's the way our brains work.
Absolutely. Well, you hit it right on the head, the right brain and the left brain. And you have to try to make the two work together. You've got the creative side, but there is a science and an art combined when it comes to marketing and telling your story. But I'm always curious to know if you were in an elevator with somebody who was just really having a hard time and said, hey, what's your one tip for media planning that you'd give me? What would you tell them? Because you got to have a plan.
I'm an adjunct professor, and I created something I call the 11th commandment. And when I speak to people, I say, if you remember nothing else, remember the 11th commandment: know thy audience. Because if you don't know your audience and what matters to them, you won't know what kind of message to create. You don't know where to place that ad. It all comes down to understanding who your audience is so that you can create content and distribute in a place that's going to connect with them.
The 11th commandment. I'm so going to use that. Thank you for that. And I do hope that you'll come back and visit us again, because I know there is so much more that we can put in this class. Class is out for now, but we're going to have class back in session with you if that's okay.
That would be great. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. We appreciate you being here. Folks, we're going to help you connect the dots. Yeah, I just said that. We're going to connect you to 9 Dots Media. All you have to do is find us, and we are at dailyadbrief.com. Do come back for more Media Champions. I'm Mary Therese in Atlanta. We'll see you.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.